Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Cool Down Thursday edition. So, today's topic, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark. So, we all know that at the end of the regular season that the Indiana Fever had their exit interview, a lot of questions here and there, everything else. But the one thing that we was wondering, where will Caitlin Clark play this offseason? Is she going to play any basketball this offseason? Now, we knew Caitlin Clark spent most of the season injured. She was ruled out for the rest of the season. Some of us thought that she was going to come back and play in the playoffs, but that didn't happen. And unfortunately, the Indiana Fever fell short in the semifinals in Game 5 to the Las Vegas Aces. Ooh, I'm thinking about LA so much. I don't know. But in overtime. But nonetheless, Caitlin gave her all-season thoughts. What's next for her? Getting healthy. Even Stephanie White said it before Caitlin Clark even got to the podium, said that Caitlin needs to play 5-on-5. So that automatically eliminated Unrivaled, which I have been saying all season long, that she was never going to play Unrivaled. Despite all the rumors or thinking about because she was injured, she needed to do this, she needed to do that. But nah, it wasn't that. So now Caitlin Clark made it known that she needed to play 5-on-5. She needed to, and everything like that. She needed to ramp up. She needed to get back healthy. The main thing was her health was the issue of everything. She needed to get healthy. She needed to make sure that she gets stronger, she gets better, she gets ready for the season and everything like that. So it made a whole lot of sense for her to really put focus and onus on her being, being healthy, get her ankle right. And then she alluded to it herself about her wanting to be able to play, come back, help the Fever, at least make it to the finals. They didn't do that. A lot of us thought, I ain't gonna lie to you now, a lot of us thought that we was going to really, really see Caitlin Clark come back this year. I thought so too. I mean, I was on the fence saying that, hey, I think Caitlin Clark is coming back. I think Caitlin Clark wants to play. I think Caitlin Clark, going to help the Fever get to the finals and all of that. But nevertheless, Caitlin Clark, she didn't make it back. She was injured. She was out. And that's understandable. So it wasn't no pressure at all, trying to figure out Caitlin Clark's next move. I think that at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark knew what she wanted to do. She had her mind made up, especially her being injured and everything like that. And I just think that sometimes when you really know that you're going through something, you really have to sit back and say, hey, you know what? This is what it's going to be. This is what I'm going to do for my career. And playing 3-on-3 and Unrivaled was never the issue, was never going to be the case. Now, some people say, well, she could play down in Athletes Unlimited, which they also have a 5-on-5 and stuff like that. But, I mean, they don't start until, I think May. So that would have been a really extremely long time for her to actually be out there playing some basketball. So, but nevertheless, she made it known that she's going to participate in the FIBA World Cup. And as we finally got news that the FIBA World Cup actually will start up in March. So that gives her enough time to get healthy and pretty much get ready to get ready to play into the FIBA World Cup. So yeah, and it's been announced, that she was not going to play and all of that stuff, and just all of that extra stuff and stuff like that. So I was kind of glad. I was really, really glad on everything, and that she was going to play 5-on-5 and everything like that. So I'm kind of happy about that myself, for her to get ready. So here's the article that I'm going to show y'all, pretty much, that was talking about the FIBA World Cup. All right, so the United States women to open FIBA World Cup qualifier on March 11th. The United States will play Puerto Rico in March for the FIBA World Cup qualifier. Now, Americans who had already qualified for the World Cup next year in Germany are in the pool with Italy, New Zealand, Puerto Rico, Senegal, and Spain. The U.S. will open competition on March 11th versus Senegal, followed by Puerto Rico a day later, and the Americans play Italy on March 14th and New Zealand the following day. The U.S. and Spain will close out the competition on March 17th. So I definitely will be covering that. I'm going to try to cover that and be lookout for that pretty much too. Now, the article goes on to say they will be training camp or two for the Americans before the qualifier tournament. So I don't know, when will that training camp take place? Will it take place a month before in February? We have to see, because during that time, around March, we'll be getting to NCAA March Madness tournament time for that, and conference championships and stuff like that. So there will be a lot of basketball going on when March rolls around. So, but it said there will be training camp or two for the Americans before the qualifier tournament, which most likely will include Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, who said during her exit interview that she was going to prepare for the offseason by playing for USA basketball. There is some USA basketball stuff that is probably my top priority right now. I need to prepare for it. And I think that, because you got to think, the Olympics is in 28. So I think the Olympics is in 28 in Los Angeles. So by her getting prepared for this World Cup and getting qualified and having herself prepared, having a full off season in 26, 27, then 28, yeah. Because they just had the Olympics last year, yeah, so it's 28. So yeah. So she also said, she said last week, but obviously then you have to prepare for USA basketball in some manner. So there's just a lot of things you got to figure out and balance. Because I think this offseason, she's going to have a lot of different things going on with her, speaking engagements and all that stuff, probably charity work. So she really needs to start training and getting her body back right. All right. So, and then she said, I'll work through a lot of that too. Now, we already know Clark has been sidelined since the mid-July with growing and ankle injury. While there is a strong possibility that Clark will be playing there, the Americans most likely won't be without their coach. Will likely be without their coach, Kara Lawson, who was named to the 2028 United States Olympics team in Los Angeles. The World Cup qualifier right now before the start of the NCAA tournament. Rivals a 3-on-3 league, and Miami expect to be done with its season before the start of the qualifiers. So that's a good thing too. FIBA will also be having qualifier tournaments in Astobal, Lyon, and Villeurbanne, France. If I pronounced that right, hopefully I did. And Wuhan, China, Belgium, Australia, and Nigeria have also qualified for the World Cup, as well as host Germany. So the top three finishers, not including those teams, is Astobal, China, Puerto Rico will advance to the World Cup. In France, it will be the top 2 teams, not including Germany and Nigeria. So, with that being said, like I said before, she definitely is going to be a part of that. She's definitely is going to help this United States team, because by 2028, the United States needs to bring gold home on their court and to see Caitlin Clark get another medal. Now, who will all be on there? We don't know. Most likely, I think for the Olympic team, it's definitely going to be Caitlin Clark. Most likely it'll be Paige. Definitely going to be Aja Wilson. Could be a Leo Boston on the Olympics team as well. Could be a Leo Boston on that team. Also, let me think. Oh man, it could be a lot. It could be a lot on that team. So I don't know right now. I don't know who else could be on that team. So it's going to be very interesting. So how they assimilate this team or whatever the case might be. So it's going to be interesting. So, but nonetheless, what your thoughts on Caitlin Clark? You know, she's going to be on the Olympic team, you know, with FIBA. And the thing about it, by the time March get around here, she'll probably be already training, probably playing some other sorts of basketball. Me personally, you know, she could probably find a pickup game of 5-on-5 somewhere. If I was her, I would travel overseas for about a month and just play some ball over there and then come back and be in shape. You know, I feel like she should do that. Find some kind of like, but it depends on how much of her rehab and her injury on her ankle is going to take. You know, say that she started training now, just off season, and she's out and she has a lot of things to do. Me personally, I just think that around November, December, I will find somewhere to start playing, revving up a little bit before, you know, some kind of training camp takes place. Because most likely, if they start in March, training camp probably going to be in February. So she should be trying to play something around November, December, you know, before that time's come. But anyway, let me know what you think. Caitlin Clark getting herself prepared for FIBA qualifier, which starts in March. So let me know your thoughts down there. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next ep, you know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire. Sports and entertainment. Let's go.